Hi everyone, you have fun what to play next. We're bringing everything that is awesome, and I do mean awesome in gaming. This is The Witcher. It's The Witcher Wild Hunt. So all of them were incredible. They were absolute cutting edge in gaming. Witcher 1, of course, being notorious for having a patch at the beginning. They're based on the novels by Andrzej Sapkowski, and so in turn is a series. They stuck a little bit closer to the lore. When you have a franchise, you're not working... canon is generally the literature, but you run into this funny thing with gaming where that's not always the case, and sometimes it's the lore. So this is a lore-heavy franchise where plenty of people were invited in and so on, and you wind up with a really flexible cast of characters that... the core of their story can change. So the timeline, for instance, changed where they merged a lot of it together to get a new audience in when it went to the screen. Purists want a recreation of the literal books that they've read, but when you have a game franchise as well, the experience varies so wildly. Some people just skip the storyline. That you have that, flexibility in
Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us?
I'm going to cut it just because if you are following the series, you've seen that 8,722 times. He said all the highlights. Emperor M here has marched and he's taking things over. One of the other kings actually forged an alliance and deliberately betrayed it.
Hendrik, the Emperor's spy.
Either way, they want Ciri.
Incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission, to gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunt had reached Hendrik first. The Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the Wraiths had failed to find his notes. Geralt read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warlord, and that she'd quarreled with a witch.
So we move on to the Bloody Baron to try and find who was basically our foster daughter. She finished training and she did move on with her life. Accounts vary. This one has her as related to Emperor M here. She's the Lion Cup of Sintra. In the movies and I think the books, Nilfgaard has a slightly different role depending on how you view elves in their magical kin. Which in Witcher 2 is really interesting, but Witcher 3 is much more family-based, where they focused in on Geralt and his love of two different women. It was a very interesting storyline. It's one that's very infrequently used, and made for an incredible backdrop for this child that he's looking for, which otherwise, as a mercenary, it's not weird, but otherwise might have been, a little bit uninteresting, maybe heartless, especially given that the Witchers are not supposed to be white knights. They're, mercenaries, and that's how they train. So we're gonna go...
called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
We're gonna go talk to the Baron. How dare you, deserter?
Temerian army don't exist no more.
Yeah, that's...
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the Black Ones thrashed us. Let it lie and try to lead normal lives.
Or
continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part.
We heard this all last time.
We chose the former.
And the Baron, your commander?
Yeah, commander.
It's an interesting, these people are so burdened because their borders are constantly in flux. It's not at all shocking, that they got invaded again. And we ourselves of the politics of the situation, where time and time again, Geralt is cast as a white knight, and that's not his role, you know? Oh wow, I really want to talk to this guy, and he just does not, like, the game is like, not him. Are you gonna show me to the Baron? Like, are we switching babysitters? I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I assume that he's up the stairs. Generally, they're on a perch if they're not, you know. Ignite. Extinguish, but not go in. That's interesting. Where's the Baron? I got the Baron's guard.
What is it, Grey Boy?
Friend, would you like to point a brother in the right direction? Am I to talk to the sergeant? What exactly are we doing? You stopped because I walked off the path? Seriously? Like, am I tied to your apron strings? They have beautiful coloring in this. I was so surprised by the color scheme. Slavic mythology in general, and their art in particular is notoriously gray and brown. Even their food tends to run towards that. So, you know, the whole, like, explosion of color that you saw in the Wild Hunt spoke to these, you know, like, ochre dyes and that sort of thing. It gave, like, a trade aspect, like a mercantile, which made sense that the Witchers would have this, where they obviously facilitate doing away with monsters and doing away with bandits and getting rid of something that their local lord might not otherwise have been able to deal with, so that you could get trade goods through. I might have to cut. Looks like this thing is a beast. Like, I have a gaming PC and this is how long it's taking to load. I'd rather load in advance than pause in the middle, of course, but... So we loaded to walk up a road. Now we're hanging out. We're having a nice heart-to-heart.
Now those were balls.
We're not in Vizima, friend. We don't have balls here. There are no balls.
Attended a few, me and my Annie.
And then what? Because generally it's then your troops came.
How we twirled!
One, two, three. One,
two, three.
Hey.
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't
you
you
trying
stay
to-
for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
So that's the Baron, huh? He's got quite a rep. His daughter is missing if the posters are anything to go by. We found one in the informant's
Look
house.
at that. Didn't
even stay
for
for
tea.
He's
In
derelict.
spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the nation is.
It's just that. Didn't come here to chat. Didn't come here to chat seems like more him. Like, that seems like more classic Geralt.
Reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Right you are.
Wow.
I know who you are. Believe I also know why
You know who this chick is? I'm not sure you know who this chick is.
We'll talk inside.
I love his armor. Like, that is so beautifully made. I wish that would have translated. The pauldrons alone on the armor in Netflix just absolutely drive me insane. If I have one wish, it's that they redo that whole thing when they put the new kit in. Because it was so disgustingly obvious that they were attempting to bulk up an already large frame.
Make it tough at home.
And Geralt is clearly dexterous. It's a ballet-style dance.
Bloody vodka.
Fighting style. We're on to the important things
There
now.
it is. A snifter?
Snifters all around. Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Ha! A man after my own heart.
Well, with Foltest dead and the Talus whereabouts unknown.
Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Sumerian to drink to these days?
Himself
Health,
and his
wealth,
company.
happiness.
Good enough. To the matter at hand. I'm Philip Strenger. Now the blobtits round here call me the Bloody Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
It's glorious.
Lovely place.
Seriously,
Swamps,
I want to buy a
bogs,
house.
Marshes everywhere.
Exactly. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
What are you getting at?
Many have lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
It's a tough life. Is that a threat? Yeah.
What's that
Where's
supposed to
Ciri?
mean? That a threat?
Aye, not as clever as I suspected you'd be.
Wow.
No, it's not.
Going for my throat.
I'll spell it out for you. I know who you're looking for.
Kind of only one person it could be, sweetheart.
She showed up some time ago. Exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp.
That's odd. Yennefer is looking for her near a battlefield, so it's obvious that, you know, something is afoot. You know, even before Emhyr himself told us that we were to go and find her. You know, orders are orders. So it was a job, and we took it. You know, he had a hideous photo of her. Obviously, he knew what he was talking about. If anyone has a hideous photo of you as a child, I will assume that they know you as well. You know, there's only one way to get those things. Obviously, it's through contemptuous familiarity. Hold on 1 second. Gonna have to edit this part. We'll edit that out in post. You know, the contemptuousness. But I would rather have it load and cut this. Not have it load and have it skip. So. How's your evening?
Some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
Oh my gosh, they drop us into the action. Did she almost get caught by the wild hunt? Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that's a nasty spill. It's quite the outfit. Not really wearing armor. I get to be here when you play as Ciri. You cannot access inventory or use signs.
That was close.
What's this? Hornwort, so I can gather the hornwort still, but I can't get it? How strange. We're just gonna run along as her. I'll run for a minute and then we're probably gonna cut up ahead, because we're just gonna go tearing through bogs. It's King of the Wolves. Oh! It's about to go poorly. Kill the wolves? What did the wolves ever do to you? You know? Wolves are generally, this is my problem with Disney as well. Wolves will really only attack you if they're starving. And they have to be starving. Like, it's a real thing. Ciri, what did you do? Were those wolves starving? I don't think so. Oh my god, look at that scar on her face. What did she get the same tattoo as Geralt? It's a little worse for wear.
Hello there. Are you lost?
A little, I guess. Are you?
No, I never am.
I never lose my way.
Ooh, if that's true,
Still looks
what
like
are
a
you doing so
queen.
deep in the forest alone?
Looking for lost little girls.
What happened to you?
This? It's nothing.
Where do you live? How is it you're here?
How did you wind up here?
My father brought me. Told me to follow the trail of treats and eat my fill. He said he would wait. So I started down the trail. Then I saw a butterfly, and I ran to catch it, and I lost my way.
Oh, kiddo. Remember how to get home?
You and your father, when did you leave home?
This morning,
And did the sun warm your face or your back?
it warmed my back.
So we must go east. Come, I'll walk you home. And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
Don't be afraid, I'll protect you. Who's the Wolf King?
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes, I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge, with giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
I'll protect you.
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too. Come, I'll help you up.
Oh my goodness! So she goes out of her way to help a lost child. This is not a commentary on women. I mean, Gerald, he would have had lost children quests. That's like a thing, you know? Run, kid! Run or you'll have to talk to me some more. Gonna play freeze tag here if the King of the Wolves shows up. It'll make for a better story.
Quick, hide!
So the only downside to this particular style of fighting is that while you can pivot and that's glorious, it doesn't lend itself to you wanting to block. So you have a tendency to want to spin, which kills my my CPU. Oh my god, that one is just like feeding. Follow Gretka, protect Gretka from the wolves. Oh my god, there are a lot of them. This poor kid. I just stayed up a tree too. Where's the kid? I mean, you can hide, but like hide from wolves, that's kind of another thing.
You can come out now.
My, you're brave. My father can even do that.
Mine could do a lot more.
Is she looking for Geralt again? I mean, they kind of say it in the, I just want to call them movies, because they drop all at once. And I guess, you know, movies started having commercial breaks right before I became completely disinterested in them. So this was interesting in that I have playable parts.
There's something there.
What's there, child? Is it... Oh my god. Hopefully it's not what remains of your father.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But
No buts. Stay here. I must see something.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you kind of gotta know what's going on if it involves... They have the greatest headshots of her. If it involves, you know, half a man in a skiff. So... unfortunately, that is about how dangerous it is if you are dealing with monsters. You run into it in... Oh, ew. So we're just really doing this, huh?
Bloodshot.
But still moist. He died recently.
He died recently. Lips
parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue. Oh,
Immense pain before
immense
death.
pain before death.
His
His
chest
chest
is
is
crushed.
crushed. Ribs probably pierced his lungs.
Something
Somebody picked him up and threw him against a tree. Something tore his leg off. No, not at all. Ew, that's horrible.
Stay there.
Stay there
And
and look away. This isn't any fit sort of scene for a crime. Marrow's missing. Interesting. What about your belly?
Let's see.
Let's see. Ooh. Liver's
His liver's
gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied?
Could you possibly look at your shoes instead of me, child?
The Wolf King's no
I
fantasy,
can't
it
see,
seems.
except he's a werewolf.
Except he's a werewolf.
A monster of the... Well, I mean, a monster of the month. Is that monster of the month?
He
How would you
had
say
a
that?
fall.
I bet.
It's not monster du jour, per se. Monster
When
du
did children get
May?
so smart?
Is it May? May
What will
6th?
we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Well, obviously I'm
question.
going to slay him.
I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil?
She's got this weird, like, hitch in her accent.
No, a
Far
far
more
more
special oil.
of dog tallow,
Wolfsbane, wolf's parsley, wolf's
and wolf's
liver. The Wolf
The Wolf King will
King
feel
will feel
terrible, terrible
pain.
You're smart.
How do you know these things? Did your father teach you?
Not my
No,
father.
not my father,
My
my uncle.
Uncle
Uncle
Vesemir.
Vesemir. Well, my goodness, Uncle Vesemir would be so proud of me. So we need to gather certain things. I can go back for wolf's bodies. I assume we're going to be attacked numerous times on our way here. Let me go ahead and save. I'm going to cut it off because my CPU starts to choke once it gathers enough information. So link in the description below. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer coffee shipped to your door. You can put your logo on merch for nothing bucks so you can support the Pirate Queen. We love when you send people to what to play next. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Also down there is coffee, KOFI. Buy this chick a coffee, $1, make me smile. What else is there? There's Patreon. We're on Patreon, so if you want to support us as we find the next best thing, if you love watching this sort of thing, definitely hit us up there. Most of all, subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and if whatever you're following along with, whether you just want to see, if you love indies, if you like the retro scene, if you just want to see what's going on in certain stories, when you hit that bell, a little thumbnail will appear and let you know. So my CPU is starting to choke. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Stay safe, hit subscribe, hit the bell, game on, and we will see you in the next video.